Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your host Brian, and welcome back to another Q&A episode. Before we jump into your questions, as well as talk about day 5 of the Canyonlands trip, let's start with some news. So first off, I've not been able to do any live streams, and because of the holidays around the corner and being a hectic schedule working at the restaurant as well as going back to work in the office and everything, I have to honestly say I don't know when I'm going to be able to get back on live streams, so I'm going to put that on hold for now. I did mention in my other video that I was going to give up drum covers for now, and I realized it's not really working out, and that was because I really wanted to do live streams. So unfortunately, needless to say, that plan backfired. So right now, I'm bringing back the drum covers. I've seen a lot of guys dropping the Christmas ones right now, so I'd like to do my own pretty soon here. And I also got some other ones in store, and I have to honestly say I want to do a retake of my first drum cover I did, which was Bolt Thrower's No Guts, No Glory, from the Mercenary album. And that was the first drum cover I did in order to launch my YouTube career. So, and it's also a shout out to Ash Wells right there. And hope to release that one soon, as well as other podcast episodes I got in the works. Also, me and my friend Lenny have also started our own little talk show, so that's why I've been a little bit tight with the live streams too, but regardless, I'm going to leave a link below in the description so you guys can head over to the channel, subscribe, and also check out some of the videos we released so far. Recently, we released one from an old friend of ours who happens to be in the acting industry, so that turned out to be pretty interesting. So head on over, check it out, leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing to that one. We got some interesting guests in the future that we're going to release pretty soon. Also, I got some music, as well as some music choices from two friends of mine. And this was because of the sticks I showed. Let's just try to do it because I'm using one hand right now. But just to kind of show it, these are the Ryman sticks I showed in my last video. But after seeing this, Eric and John Brooks had given me some recommendations for country music songs they wanted me to try with these sticks. So Eric's choice, I'll just set these down. Eric's choice was Sold by Michael Montgomery. And then John Brooks was Country Boy from Ricky Skaggs. So, Eric, I'm going to have to put yours on hold right now. And I'm going to do John Brooks' Country Boy first. Hope to release that soon right now, but like I said, schedule's a little bit busy, so please be patient with me. Also, in terms of collaborations, Somatis is finishing up the Amon Amarth cover, and we hope to release that soon. Like I said, I'm just waiting on him. I'm ready to roll, so let's see what he's got in store. Also, I reached out to a couple others, and I hope to do some collaborations in the near future, so we'll stay tuned for that. And that's about it for now, so hope to get some drum covers out soon. Gonna entertain you guys again with my metal prowess. But other than that, let's jump into day 5 of the Canyonlands trip. Alright, so day 5 of the Canyonlands trip. Now we're going on the other side of the dam and traveling down the Colorado River. And in order to get to that, we actually had to go through a Homeland Security checkpoint. It took us through a tunnel, through the side of the canyon, and all the way down to the bottom where we were right in front of the dam. We hopped on our boat, just traveled down the Colorado River, and boy oh boy, it was just absolutely beautiful. I can't tell you how many pictures I took on my phone just from all that alone. Funny enough, before we actually got in the boat, we had to wear hard hats because apparently people like to throw coins off the bridge before hopping onto it too. So that was kind of a funny little fact there. At some point, we actually stopped along the side banks of the Colorado River, and we actually found, I guess it was like old tribes hieroglyphics, I guess. So they etched it into the side there, and God knows how old those hieroglyphics were. So that was definitely an experience, especially learning about the ancient peoples that lived there before the settlers and everybody came from Europe and started settling in there too. So a little interesting history there. I even stuck my toes in the Colorado River. Even though it ended up being a hot day, that water was cold. So, alright, but I took a lot of pictures here, so I'll show you how beautiful it was. After the Colorado River, we actually went to Kanab, where we actually ate at the Iron Horse briefly. That was just a typical barbecue joint. Nothing really fancy about it. I would say my mom wasn't crazy about it, but I had a good meal about it. It was good. I'll give it that. So after that, we drove to Bryce Canyon right there, and my God, just another beautiful setting. And I'm just gonna let the pictures do all the talking here, but just to kind of give you a little rundown, at least a nice little short story here. Just went there, had plenty of pictures, walked along the edge, along where the Bryce Canyon was. I kind of wish I did a little bit of the long walk that our tour guide had recommended, but nonetheless, I decided to stay close to my parents and took some killer shots. Afterwards, had a nice meal at the tavern. A little your typical restaurant with all the sort of foods you would expect at a bar and grill, for instance, but nonetheless had a great meal. Then we just chilled right in a nice little log cabin, which actually it did look like a log cabin with 2 stories in it, but regardless, absolutely beautiful inside. But that's pretty much the story of day 5 right there. And so, let's jump right into the questions. All right. First question, we got 2 questions this week. So, it's from Brian Drums. What kind of things do you practice to get so good? You're such a great drummer. Brian, thank you so much for the compliment right there. And you always left some pretty positive comments on all my videos too. So, I want to thank you so much for your support. Brian, to be perfectly honest, I mean, it still ties in with like the rock band that I mentioned in my last videos. And that's from like doing certain playlists like over and over again, so many songs, even from that. And then like when I finally got the electric drum sets, just started playing on that. I started playing music from like bands like Bolt Thrower and some of the British stuff too. I mean, I even got some good exercises from doing Napalm Death. And sometimes I did some stuff from Black Sabbath. And then let's see. There were a lot of the classic rock stuff, and then kind of jumping in with like Dio. I think I did even a couple from like Rainbow. I know Metallica was another one. So you really just got to keep going at it too. So for me, I have the sports mentality behind it all, where it's like, I'm not satisfied until I know I'm getting it right, or I'm at least trying to give it my best effort. And the thing is, I'm hearing it while the music's playing. So you got both things going at once. So your mind's just got to get used to it. So it kind of ties in with memorization. So I hope that answers your question there, Brian. So that's the best sort of answer I can give you. And the next one, and the last one, is from Drumatic. Do you have a favorite double bass pedal? So, Eric, mine is TD25K. The foot pedal is PDP. So, I've actually really been rolling with that one. And to be perfectly honest, I have not really tried out any other sort of foot pedal. So, I feel like it just has to be the PDP, because first off, that's really all I rolled, and I never really got the chance to experience like any other ones. I feel like maybe eventually, if I were to get an acoustic set, maybe I might experiment with like Mapex, DW, Pearl, one of those ones. So for now, just to at least answer your question, it would just have to be the PDP. So hope that answers your question, Eric. All right, and that wraps up another episode of the Q&A session. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for giving me your questions, everybody. Could use a little bit more. Try to get a little bit more creative. So if you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, and consider subscribing below so you can see more Q&A sessions like this in the near future. Please leave any questions you guys have. It doesn't have to be drum related. Just leave them down in the comments, and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. Maybe in the next video. We'll have to see. So everyone stay tuned for my next videos. Also, if you want to show up on my podcast, All Music Matters and that, just hit me up on the socials and we'll go from there. Other than that, you guys take care right now. So stay safe. Stay tuned, y'all.